The younger generation, recognized for their strong determination and motivation, has been gaining widespread attention due to their recent demonstrations urging the government to make changes. Their persistence and commitment have not only attracted notice but also produced concrete outcomes. Initially, their online advocacy effort resulted in the cancellation of the contentious Finance Bill 2024. The bill, which was anticipated to impose heavy taxes on the public, was overturned as a result of the surge in activism, largely coordinated through social media platforms such as TikTok and X, formerly Twitter. More details with Eunice Mugoha.
Gen Z, the generation known for its passion and drive, has been making headlines with their recent protests demanding change from their government. Their perseverance and dedication have not only captured attention but also led to tangible results. First, their digital activism campaign led to the withdrawal of the controversial Finance Bill 2024. The bill, which many feared would burden the populace with oppressive taxes, was brought down by the wave of activism, primarily orchestrated through platforms like TikTok and X, formerly Twitter.
And therefore, I will not sign the 2024 Finance Bill, and it shall subsequently be withdrawn, and I have agreed with these members that that becomes our collective position.
Soon after this success, the Gen Z activists set their sights on President Ruto's cabinet, labeling it incompetent and demanding its dissolution, a seemingly impossible task that President Ruto ultimately conceded to. In an address to the nation, Ruto announced the sacking of all cabinet secretaries, leaving only the deputy president and prime cabinet secretary in place.
I have today decided to dismiss with immediate effect all the cabinet secretaries and attorney general of the Republic of Kenya, of the Cabinet of Kenya.
Ruto announced the removal of budgetary provisions for confidential budgets in his own office, as well as offices of the First Lady and the spouses of the Deputy President and Prime Cabinet Secretary.
Budget lines providing for the operations of the office of the First Lady, the spouse of the Deputy President, and the Prime Cabinet Secretary will be removed. Similarly, the budget provisions for confidential budgets in various executive offices, including my own office, have been removed.
The president suspended the filling of the chief administrative secretary positions, which he had previously proposed to create 50 of.
The decision to fill the position of chief administrative secretaries is hereby suspended.
The president announced the dissolution of 47 state corporations with overlapping functions, with their staff to be transferred to relevant ministries and agencies. This is expected to eliminate operational and maintenance costs for these redundant entities.
47 state corporations with overlapping and duplicating functions will be dissolved, resulting in the elimination of their operational and maintenance costs, and their functions will be integrated into the respective line ministries. Staff currently employed by the affected corporations will be transferred to ministries and other state agencies within government.
Ruto ordered a 50% reduction in the number of government advisors with immediate effect, directed a 50% reduction in the budget for government building renovations across the country.
The number of advisors in government shall be reduced by 50% within the public service with immediate effect, and the budget for renovations across government reduced by 50%.
The president mandated that all public servants must retire at the age of 60, with no exception allowed.
Henceforth, public servants who attain the retirement age of 60 shall be required to immediately proceed on retirement with no extensions to their tenure of service.
Ruto stated he would immediately engage in consultations across different sectors and political formations to set up a broad-based government to help accelerate his reform agenda.
It will be a 6-day forum and will propose the way forward for the country.
Ruto enacted the IEBC amended bill, which was one of the key demands of the Gen Z protesters.
The signing of this bill paves way for the establishment of the selection panel for the appointment of IEBC commissioners. The IEBC remains a cornerstone of our democracy, responsible for overseeing regular elections at various levels.
Ruto said he would introduce measures to deal with the country's debt burden, raise domestic resources, expand job opportunities, eliminate wastage and unnecessary duplication of government agencies, and fight corruption.
This audit will provide the people of Kenya with clarity on the extent and nature of our debt, how public resources have been expended, and will also recommend proposals for managing our public debt in a manner that is sustainable and does not burden future generations.
However, the Gen Z's activists are not resting on their laurels. They continue to put more demands on the government, including the resignation of President Ruto, the reconstitution of the IEBC, and the deportation of the US ambassadors.
Why tunapata these leaders, they are tunawaelect na wanatudharau. We don't want that. It is now time as Kenyans we stand together. Na wao wote lazima waende nyumbani. Hakuna kitu wanatusaidia kwa ofisi. Ruto nasema ni asante kwa kutoa MCS. You are next. You are next. You are next. You must go home. I think one of the agendas of the Gen Z, hata ukiangalia kwa street it was Ruto must go home. Zakayo lazima ashuke. You must go home. Hakuna kitu wanatusaidia nayo. Watu wanauliwa. People don't. Ukiongea sahi kidogo.
The reverberations of the Gen Z's protest could be profound as they have weakened and humiliated President Ruto, raising questions about whether the reprimand of the political establishment could pave the way for more transparent and equitable governance in Kenya. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Mugoha Eunice.